Hello, everybody. Happy Friday and happy round 5, I think, of the 24-hour Horror-A-Thon. I will ramble here for a minute as everyone is joining on. And if you're watching the playback, sorry, just skip 30 seconds or so before I let Erin introduce herself because I want to make sure people can actually hear that. But yeah, welcome to the 5th round of the 24-hour Horror-A-Thon. This is a bi-monthly read-a-thon that I do where we read, we chat, and we watch horror together. And this time around, we have Jawbone as our buddy read, which I will be starting tonight. And that is all the rambles that I have. So, Erin, if you want to introduce yourself and your channel and what you do here on YouTube, and then are you reading Jawbone tonight? I don't know.
Yeah.
So let's do that as well.
Okay. Hi, my name is Erin. My channel name is Erin Megan. I primarily read horror. I also dabble in thriller, mysteries, romance, and I read manga. And I don't know, for my channel, I do the typical YouTube stuff. I feel like I do a lot of wrap-ups. I do a lot of vlogs now. I feel like I do a lot of vlogs now. I try to do recommendations and sit down videos that aren't just me like rambling my thoughts about books, because I do that a lot. But that's pretty much it. And yeah, I'm also starting Jawbone here tonight.
Yes. And we are very nervous.
Yes.
We've seen what you all are saying. You're all in the Discord saying you hate it and you're DNFing and it's hard to read and you're scaring us. But we're going to try and we're going to see how it goes. So hello, everyone. Thank you guys for popping in. Let us know what you're going to be reading too, if you're going to be reading Jawbone or if you've already aggressively DNF'd it and you're going to be reading something else. Or if you're just here to hang and read something non-horror, that is totally fine too. Oh, what is that t-shirt?
Oh, this one. Oh, it's a Sell Your Soul. It's like a little lemonade stand like thing.
I love those.
Yeah.
Only finished chapter 1. Orange hand covering eyes.
Ooh.
I haven't even started. Just got the book today. Oh, good. It's just me. It is not just you, Sydney. It seems to be everybody, and we are nervous that it will also be us. I was going to see too, I don't know, I haven't checked, but if the audiobook is available through Scribd or my library maybe, because that kind of helps me sometimes when the writing is really weird, just like keep it going and push through the weirdness. Yeah. Starting Jawbone as well. Special guest appearance coming.
Yeah. Sorry about that. She likes when I do lives. She comes over and she's like, "Oh, my turn. Thank you so much." So
I am the star of the show. Just let everyone know.
Yeah, literally.
Oh boy, already DNF Jawbone. Still wanted weird, so going Eric Baraka. That is a good way to go. I have his latest. I think it's his latest. He goes so fast. He writes so many that I never know if it's the latest. But the trees.
Oh yeah.
There.
Yeah, it has like is it like the pinky red coloring too? I don't remember the title though. But yeah, I've seen that. I haven't read it though.
If I don't like Jawbone, maybe I'll read that.
You have a backup plan already started.
Yes. Also, it does look like it is on Scribd, so I will try the audiobook. We'll see how that goes too. It was interesting, though. It's the writing, super long paragraphs.
Oh.
Yep, it does look like that is the case.
Oh, no. Oh, wow.
Shot. You know, we're gonna see how it goes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that I didn't open it. That was, yeah, okay.
It's so deceiving because you're like, oh, it's a short little book. Like, it'll be such a quick read. I try to usually pick like novellas too. And I was like, this is tiny.
No, wrong.
I might read more Jawbone or I may be giving up. Same. Be reading The Writing Retreat and A House with Good Bones. Have you read The House with Good Bones yet?
No, I just got it in the mail though. I was trying to read it for Sav's book club and I missed the deadline for that. So no, I haven't read it yet, but I've seen a lot of mixed reviews. I've seen a lot of people like either loving it or they're like, it's 3 stars.
Yeah, I feel like I see really similar things with T. Kingfisher and Grady Hendrix, where it's like people either love them or hate them. And Grady Hendrix hasn't been my thing. And I've read 1.5 T. Kingfishers. I read The Hollow Places, and that was like a 3. And then I tried to read the What Moves the Dead, and I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't? That's so interesting.
So I don't know if I like this one.
Yeah, I read the Twisted ones, and I loved the writing, but I'm not very good with folk horror a lot of the time, so it kind of lost me in the second half. But I have the Hollow Places still to read, so I don't know.
That's what happened to me with The Hollow Places. It's not folk horror, but I liked the writing of it too. But the second half gets like chaotic because it's cosmic-y. I was like, I don't know. But we shall see. Reading Jawbone might have to start over since I was half asleep when I started the other morning. That happens to me too. Oh, and it's on Hoopla. Hoopla or Scribd. Julie, I haven't started the book yet. Starting on Sprints. The audio is on Hoopla. You guys are all coming in, helping everybody out. Look at you guys go. Starting with Womb, my first extreme horror, and I'm also vlogging for the first time. Well, good luck. That is quite a way to start vlogging for the first time. Reading an extreme horror book.
Yeah.
Hi, Amy. I have the book and audiobook to help me. We'll see if that is out. Hey, Sarah, I did DNF Jawbone. I listened to it on Hoopla and only made it 35% in. I couldn't get into it. I will be reading Cycle of the Werewolf by Stephen King. Finished Her Every Fear by Peter Swanson earlier. It was so-so.
Yikes.
I have not read that one, but I feel that way about Peter Swanson stuff. So.
Oh, really?
I have a weird history with it. It's complicated. Read Little Eve today. I actually liked it and gave it 4 stars. Nice. Ooh, Soulmate. That was a good one. Like Little Eve 2. I do not know. We can look it up.
I think is this a debut?
I have no idea. I know it's translated, so it would have come out earlier. Looks like there's a couple other things, but nothing else appears to be translated.
Oh.
They all look like they're in a different language.
Okay. That makes sense.
Hi, Lorena. Also reading Jawbone. Hey, Angela. Hope you like Cycle of the Werewolf, the comic graphic novel version.
Oh.
I didn't know Stephen King had anything that was in a comic version.
Me neither.
I lost my Hoopla today. We moved last year and I didn't renew my library card beforehand. My new one doesn't have it. Womp womp. Thank goodness for Libby. I've actually never used Hoopla. I always use Libby. I don't know what the difference is between them.
I have no idea. I'm so bad at stuff like that because I don't listen to audiobooks. So anything that has like audiobooks on it that's not also like Libby, then I don't know anything about.
Well, that was a good fast speed run through the comments. We can go ahead and get started on our first sprint if we want, just to kick things off, and it will be interesting. We'll see where we end up after.
Oh gosh, I'm so nervous.
I usually try to pick ambience that's kind of similar to the book, but I actually have no idea what we're getting into with this one. So I just went for a fire and some rain. Classic that you can't go wrong with.
Works for me.
And yeah, see everyone on the other side. We will report back. Moment of truth.
I know, I'm like nervous to discuss it now.
I know. Okay, everyone let us know in the chat how your reading went, what you were reading, how much you read, if it was going well or not. How far did you get into Jawbone?
I'm only like 32 pages in. I don't hate it, but I'm also just confused. Like I feel like I'm rereading a lot. Like I'm going back to try and see if I'm missing things, because I feel like I'll read a sentence and then the next sentence doesn't like make sense. So I'm like, is it me or is it this?
Yeah, it's wordy. It's super
Yeah.
wordy.
Yeah.
I am listening to the audio as well. So I just made it to page 40, which is like right before chapter 5 starts. And I feel like it's helping listening to the audio because I'm just letting go of what I'm not understanding. And I'm like, okay, now I get what that whole paragraph was saying. Like, okay, plus their mom, got it. So that's helping let go of it. And I went back and looked and I saw someone in the Discord said that they thought it got better at chapter 7.
Okay.
We're getting close.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not ready to DNF it. I'm not like, this is horrible, I want to like give up. I'm just kind of like, okay, sure. All right.
It's really wordy. There's just a lot of words. And it's like, you could have said all that in, a sentence or two, but you took the whole page. I wonder why you did that.
Yeah.
But the concept of it is interesting. I went back and read the synopsis too, to like piece together what's happening. And I don't know if you did that or if you understand the concept. Okay, so what's happening is that it starts and Fernanda is like kidnapped, right, by Miss Claire, the teacher. And then you go, the timeline kind of changes a bit. And so you're seeing Fernanda and Annalise be friends, and then they go to like this abandoned building with all their friends and they start performing these rituals. It's what's going to happen there. And then who knows what the rituals will be. And then you start seeing like, it's still in third person, but you get closer to Clara's perspective and hers is the wordiest, I feel, of just like her obsession with her mom and trying to like imitate her mom and trying to get this teaching position. So I guess you're going to see the build up to what happened to cause this teacher to kidnap Fernanda and for Fernanda and Annalise to be estranged. So I am intrigued. Like it's hooked me because I want to know, what is this creepy teacher going to do? And what are the rituals going to be? And why is there an alligator / crocodile on the cover?
That's true. I guess I didn't really, I wasn't really looking at that.
But not going as bad as I was worried about, I will say.
No. I was ready, like I was gonna be 5 pages in and be like, oh, I'm gonna DNF. But no, I feel all right about it. I don't hate it. I'm just, reading it at this point.
Yes. All right, let's see how everyone else did. Reading Six of Crows. The Stephen King graphic novel. It has some pictures, but not all pictures, like a traditional graphic novel. I read it when it was first released, so it's a comfort fave. Interesting. Hello. Can't think the word illustrated. What happens? Going to be starting sprints with Say Cheese and Die by R.L. Stine. Fun.
Classic.
Really enjoyed their storyline the most out of The Shadow and Bone. I haven't read those books, but I do watch the show, and I like the Crows storyline as well versus other people. But I have not finished season 2 because I didn't think it was as good as season 1. Listening to the audiobook for Jawbone at work all day. I'm not quite smart enough for it, but I love the writing, even though it's a different style. That would be really hard to just listen to the audiobook of this and not have anything to look at. That would stress me out. So good for you. I'm going to start We Can Never Leave This Place by Eric LaRocca. The book sounds poorly translated. I think this book was translated from Spanish. Super long paragraphs could have been shorter. There are Spanish sentences and phrases that are shorter but are longer when translated to English. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't recognize this translator's name, Sarah Booker, as having read anything else that was translated by her, but I also haven't read many translated things, so I don't have the best perspective on that. Spanish and the translator Sarah talks about the intentions of the writing style from the author at the end.
Oh.
I just finished Salvaged by Madeline Rowe, a space horror. It's 4.75 stars. Just started near the bone, and I think it's going to be good. I've never heard of that book or author.
Me neither.
Hello, reading Hour Horror-A-Thon. Nice. I'm still in the middle of that one. I'm like exactly in the middle of it, and I was really enjoying it, but then I had to read my book club pick to make sure I read it in time, and I've hated like everything I've read this month except for Our Share of Night, and I just want to keep going back to it.
Oh, I hate when that happens. That's the worst feeling.
It's been a horrible month. I've DNF'd like 5 or 7 books probably this month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then you also don't know. It's like, is it me? Do I not
Yeah.
like reading right now? And so everything is just worse than I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
But I liked like the first book I read the month, Sign Here by Claudia Lux. And then it was just like loser after loser after loser.
Oh no, that's awful.
Just the tone. There is a Spanish tone here, but if you translated Spanish word per word, there will be a problem, including sentence paragraph constructions, hence the super long ones. Yeah, I have no idea. I think Our Share of Night is also translated.
Yeah.
And I'm loving that. So I don't think it's, impossible for that to go well. Oh, Sap's here. Hello. Can't stay but wanted to pop in. Oh, you're probably not here, but hello. In a bit of a slump after she was a haunting. And this book is not helping. Gonna have to read Happy Place by Emily Henry. I want to read that too.
Same.
I haven't ordered it yet. I'm trying to be good about getting through my TBR, so I've stopped pre-ordering books, and I just keep seeing everyone post about it and saying it's so good. I just want joy. Should I just buy it?
Yes. Yes, you should. This is me telling you, yes, you should just buy it.
I mean, given the way my month has gone, clearly I don't know how to pick out books anyways. So.
Oh gosh.
This book is still, what are these girls doing? It's like they are doing some secret stuff, but then there's references to Are You Afraid of the Dark, but doing something foolish. I don't know. I think they're going to get into some spooky stuff. We shall see. I don't think this is poorly translated. There's a note at the end of the book from the translator about keeping the intention and the style of the original author. That's got to be one of the hardest jobs to be a translator, because there can be such differences in language. And how do you preserve the tone and the story and tell it right and make it accessible to both languages? That'd be very tough.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. Actually, that sounds really hard.
43 pages. It's hard to stick with, but I'm trying. We've got this. We're in it together.
Exactly.
If you keep the style, it will not resonate. Yeah, I don't know. 80%. Well, how's it going, Samantha? Let us know what our future looks like. Listen, if you guys aren't liking it, just DNF. Just move on. Try something else. I had a bad month, okay? I think I was talking about this before the live started. I was talking about with Erin of my book club pick this month was She is a Haunting, and we had our discussion last night, and everybody hated that book too. So I'm just like, I'm so sorry, everyone. I had an off month. I don't know what happened.
Oh my gosh.
I'm reading one of my KU books, The Haunting of Ocean Point House. I love an abandoned seaside haunted house story. Read about 35 pages and at 81%. I read that as you just started and you read 35 pages, and that's 81% through the book. I was like, oh, that was a short one.
That's fast.
I'm actually enjoying Jawbone, but I tend to like the stream of consciousness. Yeah, I'm kind of hit or miss on that, honestly. Sometimes it works for me and sometimes it doesn't. Like I remember with what's the book about the cannibal woman who's the food critic?
Oh, A Certain Hunger?
Yes. Couldn't do that one.
Ooh, is that stream of consciousness then?
It's really wordy like this one is too. I'm really stream of consciousness-y, and it didn't work for me. But I don't know. Other times it works fine. It just kind of depends. Just finished Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke and loved it. Now to read the other novellas with it. Nice. That's a classic. Modern classic.
A modern classic.
Language carries culture, so when you can't resonate with that culture, you'll not appreciate it. You need to have an open mind on the language culture aspect to appreciate. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that is tricky with especially art. And there's also a lot of metaphors in this. And so that is probably super hard too. And I saw people talking about the metaphors and not liking that in the Discord. And then like on the first page, there was something that made me giggle. It might have been on the second page. Yeah, it was a sentence that says, disappointment took the form of a plaid skirt and a white blouse stained with ketchup. Okay.
That's so funny.
Started reading Say Cheese and Die, made it to page 24. I joined sprints 30 minutes in. Well, welcome. Glad your book's going well. He started it. Might be one of my favorite thrillers ever. Wow.
Ooh.
Have you had any good, like, do you know what your top books of the year are so far?
Oh my God.
This is the hardest, most loaded question.
I've had a really weird start to this year for reading. Like, I feel like I'm a pretty lenient rater. I feel like I give 5 stars out pretty leniently. I'm like, oh, if I really like it, I'm just gonna give it 5 stars. But I've had really like no 5 stars, like at all. Like I feel like I've had maybe 5, which I feel like is a lot still to a lot of people. But I think for me, it feels like so little. But I guess my standout right now, my 2 standouts, Bad Cree by Jessica Johns, I absolutely loved.
Oh, really?
And then House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson is another one that I loved. So,
yeah, I read House of Hunger. I read that last year. I really liked that one too. And I haven't read Bad Cree yet. I have this vision in my mind of what I think it's going to be, and I don't think it'll be for me. Like I feel like it's going to be a similar experience to White Horse, which I also didn't think I would like, and then I didn't really like it. It's like anything that's kind of gritty. I don't know. It doesn't really work for me. But is Bad Cree? What is that one like?
it's a slow burn, but it's very atmospheric. I could feel like I could see it in my head as a movie more than I was just like reading it. But it has really good atmosphere. It has good like wintry like cold moments, like when they describe the like atmosphere, you can like feel it. I love that. But it's supernatural, and it deals with family and grief and like guilt. The main character has a lot of guilt. But I liked White Horse, but I like Bad Cree way more. I would prefer that one.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out then. I've just been kind of like back burnering it. I haven't really heard a lot about it yet, but
no, it's not been talked about a lot.
Yeah, I've had an okay-ish reading year so far, I guess. I really like the writing retreat.
Yeah, that was good.
Thrillers. And then I really liked the last buddy read we did with 24-Hour Horror-A-Thon, The Venue by TJ Payne. It was just stupid, and I love a good stupid slasher. That one was just a lot of fun. And I know I'm forgetting something else that stood out a lot, but it's kind of hard to remember too what I read this year or like the end of last year and when things end and begin. But not so bad so far. Oh, this is what I was thinking of. The Last Word. That's another thriller I just loved. The new.
Did you like it? You liked it a lot?
Oh, yeah. I loved it.
Ooh.
It's also just kind of stupid.
But I like that. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah. 40 pages in and having a good time. So wordy. I'm listening while following along. Imagine someone just seeing this comment and thinking this is like a critique of us. We're being so wordy. I'm just listening along.
God, you guys talk so much. Like, just get on with it. Come on.
But I agree. Listening along is helping with the comprehension. Yeah. There's just way too many words. Guys, shut up. We want to read.
It's just about us now.
The rereading to understand just killed it for me. Yeah, that's tough. God, I'm listening too because I wouldn't have made it past the first chapter. Made it to page 46. I wish the author would have put timestamps on the chapters so we know a timeline better.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm assuming, I mean, I don't know how much time would have spanned, but initial opening scene kidnapping is like the most present. And then you go back in time a little bit and you're seeing the girls' friendship. And then you go back even a little farther and you're seeing Clara trying to get the teaching position at the school. And then I don't know what happens in the 6 extra pages that you've read beyond me. Wordy intentionally, but there's a lot going on and jumps around the timeline often.
Mm.
Ooh, I love the cover of this book.
Same.
I don't know what it's about, but I want it because of the cover.
It's a short story collection, and each short story is based off of one of the cards in the game Loteria. So it's going to have, I think there's like 50 some amount. So.
Oh, wow. What are those like?
It's like bingo. It's basically it's like the Mexican form of bingo. I played it a lot when I was a kid, and so basically like the cards, you have to get like a row of cards, and so each card, it's kind of like, they kind of look like tarot cards, and so then you like, you know, get a line and loteria, and then you win. Yeah, so
Interesting. I wonder how they're like. There's a story for each one. Are there like images on them or something?
yeah, it's kind of like there's like a heart, there's like I would assume it's just the author's interpretation of each card, but they're a lot like tarot cards in the sense that there's like one picture, and then like each is like the man or the woman, or yeah, that's like what they are.
That sounds pretty cool. You'll have to let us know, Diane, how it's going. I'm definitely the advocate for this in the Discord. And I was also at the place where I was intrigued and not hating it and kept going and ended up liking it, but it won't be for everyone.
Mm.
We need those people. We need people like you, Amanda.
Yeah.
Made it to chapter 3 in Near the Bone. I actually think if you get past the wordiness of it, it's really interesting. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a really compelling story. So
yeah,
I'm excited to see. Relatable. I've done this many times.
same.
People have written thesis level reviews that explain the themes to me, and I'm appreciating the story more. I was thinking that too, because this one, I don't actually have it on my copy, but I think it won the National Book Award.
Oh.
Or it was a nominee or something, because some copies will have the sticker on it. So I'm sure there's very well thought out, articulate things about it.
Yeah.
That's always fun too when books have that and you can go read those after.
I like that too.
Yeah, if anyone has too, if you want to like link any of these in the Discord so that more people can check them out, that would be great. Just got here, but I'm going to start Road of Bones. Well, welcome. Heading over to do the Cozy Hollow book club discussion, and then I'll be back. See ya in a bit. Julie, I didn't know the book club discussion was tonight. There's a lot going on tonight, as every night. Everything, it just gets more and more busy. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I want to join your reading sprint club.
And then you feel so bad because you schedule things on the same day as someone else, and then you're like, oh, dang, sorry.
I know. And I'm so stupid too, because I'll set all the reminders on my YouTube to watch everyone else's. And I'm like, I have a live show at that time. I'm not going to be able to watch them. Pretty late in the book, Fernanda writes an essay for Miss Clara, and it hit. I got it.
Oh.
Okay. We shall see. I'm reading The Last Word, and I'm loving it. Nice. Sign here is my next read. Even more excited for it now. I really liked it. I heard a lot of people give it 4 stars, and I never really saw a 5-star. So I was like, it'll probably be a 4-star. But it was just like did everything I wanted it to do. I was happy with it.
That's nice.
20% into Womb. So far, I like it, but I'm nervous for what's coming.
Huh?
I haven't read that. Have you?
Yeah, I gave it 1 star.
I'm scared of it.
I hate it. I don't like it, but I know a lot of people like it, so it's just not for me. But
just too graphic.
I don't like extreme horror that feels pointless. I like it to feel like there's a reason for things happening. Yeah. I'm not a shock for the sake of shock kind of person. So Womb just was a lot of shock for nothing to me, and I just didn't like it.
Yeah, I get that. That's how I felt with Exquisite Corpse.
Oh, yeah, I won't read that.
It's the first and only splatterpunk I've read, and I actually don't know anything about splatterpunk and if it does intend to do things. So I don't want to speak generally and say like that is shock for the sake of shock. But
Yeah.
that's what that book felt like, kind of. It's like it was well written, but also why?
Yeah.
It feels a lot.
Yeah.
But it works for some people. And, you know, I like stupid books in different ways. So
Yeah.
if you like extreme horror, no shade.
Yeah, exactly.
Glad there's an audiobook. That'll make it easier for sure. Started Bunny, but hardly read any of it, hoping to read more. Hubby is playing cornhole, so I'm cheering him on. Exactly. This is why I make you guys vote, so you can't blame me.
I love that. I love that.
Some of Claire's chapter gave me Mother Thing vibes, and I really like that one also, but that one was pretty divisive in the Midnight Society book club too. I haven't read it fully. I started it, like I read a chapter, and then I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I love the disappointment line. That's when I decided I like the writing style. Another thing, so maybe it's just us. Reading House of Hunger this weekend, getting more and more excited. Yeah, it's a good one. Really atmospheric.
Yeah.
Ooh, Black Mouth by Rhonda Mulvey. It was. It was just so stupid. I was telling my boyfriend about it after. I was like, this is one of the dumbest books I've ever read, but like in the best way possible.
I love that. Those are fun though. Sometimes you just need dumb things. You don't need like because I love the really deep horror books sometimes, but then sometimes I'm like, I just want my brain to shut off. So
and I love books too where everybody sucks and you're just like, great, we're killing off everyone. We're just going for it.
Just get it done.
I will. I will be getting it. I do have the audiobook too. Oh, wow. A special edition at Target.
Ooh.
Didn't know they did that. I have not read The Housemaid's Secret yet. Like I said, I'm really trying to not buy more books right now, guys. And you guys are just telling me more and more to keep getting. But I do want to. Her books are so easy to read quickly too. So I don't feel it's not as burdensome on my TBR to get a Freedom McFadden book because I know I'll like fly through it in a day or two.
Yeah.
I forgot and read Jawbone 3 weeks ago. 3 stars for me because I appreciate a feminist perspective. I don't like feeling disoriented when reading a story. Don't like Lovecraft style horror. Oh yeah, that was another thing that I thought was interesting in the synopsis was it says interweaving pop culture references and horror concepts drawn from Herman Melville, H.P. Lovecraft, and anonymous creepypastas.
Oh.
It uses creepypastas.
I didn't know that either.
Maybe that'll explain the crocodile.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to go through these fast so we can jump back into reading. Started The Good Sister, 40% in. I did like that one. Blame myself for DNF on the book. I'm not in the right place for it. That's okay. That happens sometimes. Reading Unmask Alice, and it's pretty scary. True story, LSD, and satanic panicking.
Oh.
Haven't heard of that. Our Wives Under the Sea is a good level of body horror for me. Oh, it's about the book Go Ask Alice and how it's not by an anonymous person. I'm pretty sure a lot of people's journals read like that in real life, and that is scary.
Oh.
Yeah, they're good popcorn books. Okay, let's get back into reading, do another 45er, and catch up with everybody again after that.
Sounds good.
How did it go?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I got to page 80.
I'm on 70.
Okay, good. I don't know. I feel like it gets easier to read in some parts, but in other ways, I'm frustrated. Like, it's like a good frustrated because it keeps me intrigued in the story. And it kind of reminds me of like Mona Awad's writing in that way too, because with her books, I'm always like, what is going on? And that's just what keeps me reading. And I feel like you get a good understanding of the teacher and like the sense that this girl is kidnapped, but the middle stuff, I'm like, what happened? What is going on with this girl's friendship? Where are we going to go with this? I don't know. I'm just like, I want to understand the girls better.
I think that's how I am too. I feel like I'm getting a good sense of the teacher better now. Like, I feel like I can understand her a little bit more, but the girls, I'm just like, I have no idea what you guys are doing.
No idea. The crocodile just came up in the story. Don't know what that was all about either. So cannot be sure why that's on the cover at this point. Let's see. Let us know how your sprint went, everybody. Gone back and forth on if I want to read Our Wives Under the Sea or not. I mean, I would say do it. It's pretty short. I liked it. Did you read it, Erin?
I did. I gave it a 2.5.
Oh.
But I'm not a literary horror person a lot of the time, so it's very hit or miss for me.
Yeah, it definitely is not my favorite literary horror. It was like a 3 or a 3.5 for me, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really remember exactly why, but I just didn't love it as much as I thought I would.
Yeah.
I read a lot of translated work and rarely have issues. The last one was The Vegetarian. I didn't know that I realized that was a translated story. I haven't read that one.
Mm-mm.
I know that one's very hit or miss for people too. The translator changed some of the things there. Like she puts more emotion on the men when Asian men tend to be passive in tone in those scenarios. Interesting. Yeah. Clara, all of them, every woman in this book, so unhinged. Just like absolutely unhinged. Have you gotten to the part where you're reading Fernanda's therapy sessions? Yeah.
I got like a little brief part of it, but I see the next chapter is gonna be more of it. So
Yeah, that is an unhinged chapter.
Oh my god.
Finished Haunting of Ocean Point House, 90 pages total. Okay, so maybe that was a short one when you were like 80% in it, page 30 or something. Style of story similar to Darcy Coates, I imagined, based on the title. Started another KU book, Seeing Evil, first book in Cycle of Evil series. So far, good. Well, good. I made it to chapter 7 of Jawbone, not liking it or disliking it so far. Yeah, I want to like it more than I probably am. You know, I'm rooting for it and I want it to be an interesting story, and I really hope that it develops more and becomes more clear what's going on. Had dinner during the sprint, and now sadly, yet happily, I got to take a break from the readathon for a musical. Well, that sounds fun. 35% in the ebook. I don't know what page that is though. It's only about 260 pages long. So 35% of that is a number that I can't do in my head.
Same. Not good at math.
Page 70 in the last word. I'm hooked. This is so entertaining. That's how I felt too. It was just so fast to read. Read 50 pages of the writing retreat, just over halfway through now, and hoping to finish it before tomorrow. Nice. Is that, I think it's Kayla's book club pick this month. So I imagine you're trying to read it before the live show. And then I also know it was Jessie from Read with Jess's channel's book club pick, and her live show was yesterday, and I haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet, but I do want to watch that one too.
Oh, wow. It's a popular book club pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it came out in January or February, so it's like relatively newer.
Yeah.
I think it's a great pick. Understanding more too, but still have no idea. Yeah.
Same.
Just along for the ride. It really reminds me of reading Mona Wad's books, where you're just like unhinged characters, not sure the point, don't even know what's fully going on at times, but I am here for it. My only slight issue is keeping up with the other 4 girls. Yeah, I'm curious how much they're going to matter because I feel the same. They all kind of just feel like background characters to me. I don't know. Our wives. Oh, also speaking about the girls, I try not to go into spoilers in this live show in case like people are reading at the same time and they're a little bit ahead. But this isn't too spoilery. Did you get to the part that talks about the prank that kids did, replicating?
Oh, yes,
In cold blood?
Yeah.
What in the world?
I didn't think it was going to be that dramatic, and then it like went all the way, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, this teacher has the absolute worst luck being around the craziest students. And she's just like, are those students going to be in my class? And I'm like, oh yeah, they will be.
You're going to get them. Don't worry.
No wonder she goes nuts by the end.
Yeah.
Our Wives Under the Sea intrigued me and was short. Depends on how it hits, whether it'll work for you or not, I think. It is a very morose book, so you have to be in the mood for something sadder. I just read it and loved it. Just took a minute to get going. I gave it 3.5 stars. Not much farther from me. Made it through 8 games of cornhole. Wow. And chapter 2 in Bunny. Hubby is battling for first place now. Well, good luck. Good luck to him. I made it to page 53 and Say Cheese and Die. Such nostalgia reading this again after so many years. Yeah, that sounds really fun. I don't know if I read many R.L. Stine books as a kid. I know I watched all the Goosebumps, and I'm sure I read a couple. And I recognized some covers, you know? And then you're like, that is like unlocking a childhood memory of mine.
That was like a big thing in my childhood. I read a ton of Goosebumps, and then I got into Fear Street when I was in middle school. So they're both like super nostalgic for me.
Yeah, I read a lot of Junie B. Jones.
Oh, yeah.
And Geronimo Stilson, which was about a rat.
I've never heard of that.
He was just a fun little rat who went on these adventures. There were a lot of those books.
That's so cute.
I'm about 75% into Just Like Home. Nice. Loving the writing retreat. I want to finish it so bad. I can't wait. I think this is in reference to every unhinged character in this book.
Yes.
I do enough Jawbone, but I do want to read unless Great Now. I want to read Dark Academia. I don't know anymore, really. Well, if you have anything on your TBR that you're trying to pick between, maybe we can help give you some guidance. All the girls are so unlikable in Jawbone. But I like them. You're so crazy that I am so compelled. Before the live show tomorrow. Okay, I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm excited for the mystery and spooky elements to come in. And that's what they did to her predecessor, so that's really setting it up for whatever they do to her to be even worse. I'm intrigued. Exactly. Also, do you think that is Annalise and Fernanda, or different students? Because it doesn't say explicitly, but I was like, I wonder if that was them.
It has to be. I feel like that makes the most sense.
Yeah. Loving reading The Soulmate. I'm over 110 pages into Our Share of Night, and I just don't know what to think. I'm fighting from DNF. It's so huge and intimidating. I really like it. So I want to tell you to keep going. 110 pages in, I'm trying to think of like where that's at in the story too, because it jumps in time and location. I really like the characters in Our Share of Night. Like that's what keeps me reading. It's not super strong on plot, at least in the first half. You have to really be invested in the character stuff that's going on, and I really like it. But it is really long. So I don't blame you if you end up DNFing. Have that on my list. I did read The Writing Retreat from when it came out for Book of the Month. 5 stars. Samesies. Does anybody know of books like Comfort Me with Apples with undertone type thing?
Oh.
What particular type of undertone are you referring to? Like the undertone of the story, like the message that it was telling? Is that what you're looking for? Or just like the natural weirdness of Comfort Me with Apples?
I don't even think I could give a recommendation. I don't even think I know anything that's similar to Comfort Me with Apples.
The closest things that come to mind for me is like The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey.
Mm.
I didn't really love Comfort Me with Apples, and I didn't really love The Echo Wife. They give similar vibes. I needed to hear that. I'm going to keep reading. Thank you for that. Yay! That makes me happy. I do have a vlog coming for that book too in like another week and a half or two. So it'll be worth it if you get through it, because then you'll be able to watch all the spoilers in the vlog. 112 pages in, and it's been good from page 1 so far. The message it was saying. Nothing is coming to mind.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything for that.
I also think it's a little bit of a spoiler to say what the message is, so I don't want to like go into that too much.
Right.
But I don't know. If anyone has recommendations for Ashley, leave them down below. And Galatia or Galatia by Madeline Miller reminded me of Comfort Me with Apples. I haven't read that one.
Me neither.
Well, in the meantime, we will be doing our final reading sprint, one more 45er. And are you a Taylor Swift fan, Erin?
I like Taylor Swift, but I am not. I would not say I'm like Sav or Gabby's level of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I'm that unhinged. I'm up there. And her surprise songs come on in about 13 minutes. So I will be live streaming her surprise songs in the middle of this sprint. I won't be reading as much, but I will read some. And if anyone wants to know what the surprise songs are, I'll let you know when we come back. All right. How did the final sprint go?
That's pretty good. I think I'm on page 100 now. So I feel like I'm getting a better hang of it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about where I am too, I think. Yeah, I'm at page 103 or something. I don't know what's going on in this chapter, but I'm just letting it go.
I feel like you kind of have to with this book. You can't think too hard about it. You kind of have to just read it and just move on so you can keep going.
Yeah, I hope at the end there's like this aha moment where everything comes together beautifully. And if not, I will just go read someone's well thought essay on it.
Yeah, same, actually. Literally same.
But yeah, that was our final sprint for the night. So we will make our way through the comments. Let us know how the last sprint went for you, and then we will wrap it up for the night. I think I was here talking about similar books to Comfort Me with Apples, maybe Come Closer by Sarah Gran or We Spread by Ian Reid. I have not read Come Closer. I want to, though.
It's good. I can see the same kind of vibes.
Yeah. We Spread makes sense with the weirdness of it.
Yeah.
Comfort Me is a weird one. The Stepward Wives by Year 11, or maybe Tender Morsels by Margot Lanigan, parts 2 and 3 specifically, or something by Sarah Pinborough. I'm so fascinated by Sarah Pinborough because obviously she has Behind Her Eyes,
Right.
and then she wrote Insomnia, but I keep seeing her featured in all these anthologies for horror stories.
Oh.
As she was in the one I tried to read this month, Revelations, which is like climate related stories. And then she had one in, I think, Dark Stars, maybe.
Oh.
Like, I don't pick up a lot of horror anthologies, but the ones I've picked up, she's had stories in there. So I'm like, you going to lean more horror? Because that would be pretty cool.
That would be awesome, actually. I think I would probably enjoy her work more if she actually leaned horror than thriller.
Maybe. There is hope. Hey, Gabby. Yeah, for anyone who cared, the Taylor Swift songs tonight were The Other Side of the Door and Coney Island, which is one of my favorites. That was wonderful to hear. It is always like, if anyone has no idea what I'm talking about, she has like her set list for every show, but she has an acoustic section that comes on at 10:30 Eastern. And there's always live streams on like TikTok and Instagram. And it's always a chaotic scramble when they're coming on of like trying to find a stream that's like good quality. The sound is good. You can like see the actual screen and then your signal's good. Sometimes it's spotty. So you're just like, oh, come on.
That's so funny.
I think this book is not for fast reading due to the wordiness, but there is so much to dig in here that is really interesting, fit for my more usual slow reading routine. Yeah, probably not the best one for a 24-hour readathon, but we live and we learn. I had to DNF. I had to DNF my first attempted read just now. I have tried reading Shirley Jackson so many times, but her books aren't for me. I'm continuing A House at the Bottom of a Lake. I also haven't really been able to enjoy Shirley Jackson, but I did love A House at the Bottom of a Lake. So I hope that one works better for you.
So sorry. So sorry.
I'm surprised mine.
Oh my God.
Ending sprints, I finished on page 91, chapter 22 of Say Cheese and Die. I have about 40 pages left. Nice. Just finished. She started it at 5 stars. Wow. I'm almost halfway through and I am solidly along for this ride. That's how I would describe myself as well. We'll see what happens. On page 104 now. I'm not loving it, but starting to like it more. We are at the exact same spot. Still enjoying the last word, about 100 pages in. Nice. 15% of Seeing Evil. I read Comfort Me with Apples and Come Closer last weekend and compared them to each other too. Oh, how funny. To page 140, disturbed but invested to finish. Started reading The Hole during that sprint. Ooh, I like that one. 17% in No Exit. 189 of the writing retreat. Stepped away to check on the Eras Tour lives for the surprise songs. You know the struggle then. Last sprint went well, and it's picking up for me almost to part 2 of Our Share of Night. Nice. Yeah, when you get to part 2, it's just like a nice refreshing change of pace because it jumps forward a little bit in time. Actually, part 2 is only like 20 pages long. And so that's also refreshing because part 1's like 100 and something. And then you read like a little one and you feel like you're making good progress. And then part 3 does a bigger jump in time.
Oh.
But it's an interesting book. It's very like, it feels very epic. I don't read a lot of epic books.
Mm.
The Language of Dying was a good Pinborough book. Oh, I haven't heard of this one. About the heavy weight grief has on those left behind.
Oh.
Check that out. I prefer Shirley Jackson's short stories as opposed to books.
Oh.
There's a book I found called Nanny Needed, and it sounds vaguely similar to the concept, but your recommendations are great. Well, good. Glad you found something. I have just read Insomnia this week. It's kind of mid. The twist is wild. Near the ending was blood pumping, but the impact is meh. Yeah, that's about how I felt with that one too. But then I grew to like it more over time. Have you read this one?
No, I actually had my partner, he reads audiobooks and I don't, and it's been sitting on my shelf, so he actually read it for me and then was like, do you want to know if you're gonna like it? And I was like, do you think I'll like it? He's like, no. And I was like, okay, then tell me. And then he told me what happened and I was like, yeah, you're right, I wasn't gonna like it.
Yeah, it's a really slow build and it feels really normal. And then the twist I thought was cool, and so like sitting on it, I'm like, oh, that was a cool thing that it did, which is also how I feel about Behind Her Eyes. You know, it's kind of like the book in itself. Is
Yeah.
it great? I don't know. The twist was cool though. So glad that I found out about the Horror-A-Thon literally this week because I'm just now exploring the horror. Well, welcome, Kendall. Thank you for coming on to the dark side.
Yes, we love it.
Every other month. Plenty more to come. Only 25% into Near the Bone. I think it might be my favorite feminist horror so far. Shirley Jackson is one of my all-time favorites. Halfway through The Enchantment by Eric LaRocca. I don't know of this one.
Mm-mm.
Almost done with this collection of novellas. Oh, I wonder if it's like within, like if that's parts. Fell asleep reading. That's plus the audio. Yes, the audio is horrible on TikToks tonight. I have to go to an Instagram live. I usually watch them on TikTok, but I feel like they're starting to catch on and they're trying to like block it, copyright it or something. It's like getting more tough as the tour goes on. I'm like, come on, this is my source of joy every weekend. I look forward to watching these live streams. Don't take that from me. Hey, Rachel, jumping on late, but hoping to join in tomorrow and read The Last Word. I'm also considering The Serpent and the Wings of Night a horror fantasy. It's dark and vampires is horror, right? It is, indeed. Insomnia by Stephen King was very good. Oh, yeah, I forget there's also that Insomnia.
Yeah.
4.5. Probably finished The Last of Us 2. Yes, that's so good. I love that show. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Thank you, Erin, for joining as the co-host. The readathon will be going on until 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, or 5 p.m. Pacific, or 7 p.m. Central. And right at the end of that, we will be watching a movie together on Discord. So you'll have to stream the movie yourselves, but we will be chatting about it in Discord. We're watching the movie A Classic Horror Story, which is available on Netflix. So hope to see everyone there. And I will be contributing more thoughts to the Discord as I read more of Jawbone tomorrow. And we will see where it takes us. But thanks again, Erin, and thank you everyone for joining. And I hope everyone has a good rest of your night. Bye.
Bye.